Good morning. Today we are going to do something a little different. So generally I do historic sewing, usually either medieval or 18th century or 19th century, and instead we are going to do something early 21st century. I have a pair of knee-high chucks here, very popular in 2007, and some embroidery floss, and I'm going to customize these with some hand embroidery. The inspiration for this project is basically when we were in high school, a lot of my friends used to kind of decorate their jeans, sometimes jean jackets, and sometimes even shoes by drawing on them in Sharpies. A couple of people painted them, and I just really liked that, and I have this, very 2007 pairs of shoes, so I thought I would give this a go. So in terms of designs, people put a lot of different things on their shoes and their clothing. It was kind of like a mix of, anime characters, cartoon characters, movie quotes, symbols, hearts, stars, flowers, all of the above. Nightmare Before Christmas was like really popular. And I have decided that I'm going to do flowers because there is an embroidery stitch called Lazy Daisy that is going to be easy to do with my embroidery floss and will take a very short amount of time, so this should be a pretty quick project. For my flower design, I experimented with size a little bit and I settled on 3/4 of an inch, and what it's going to end up looking like is each of these kind of meridians, I guess, will have a flower petal coming out from it. The point of Lazy Daisy is that it's a very fast stitch. After I finished my paper template, I redrew it onto cardboard, and then I used my leather punch to punch out the center and then each corner and halfway point where I'm going to be finishing the long petal stitches. Alright, so the next step is using the stencil to trace out where I want the flowers to be. I decided I was going to start on the bottom, just in case these are— Angus, get off the shoelaces! Gosh, I didn't think this was going to be a problem. Just in case I'm not as good at this stitch. I've never done Lazy Daisy before, so here's my first one and then here's my second one. We're gonna give this a shot, and if it works, cool. If I need to modify, I will do that as well. So I just finished up stitching my first flower, and there's a couple things that I think I'm gonna change. So first off, I noticed that, one sec, there we go. It looks too square. So what I did was I measured the petals in my little template, and I found out that these right here are just over 1/4 of an inch, but these, the diagonal ones, are almost 3/8 of an inch, so I'm gonna go back and make another one to make them in more of a circular configuration. Second thing is that getting a needle through canvas is not the most fun, so what I'm going to do with that is I have a larger needle here, and basically I'm going to use that as a punch, and I'm going to punch each hole first before I put the thread through it with the smaller needle. That's just going to make it easier on my hands so that I can go through and do all of these. Now that I have the technique down with my practice flower, I'm going to go ahead and take you through all of the steps. So first, going over the tracing of the pattern, and then threading a needle with embroidery floss, which took me a couple tries to learn how to do correctly back when I was first starting. And then with going through and punching the holes with the larger needle and then stitching them with the smaller needle. Cat break. Good afternoon. welcome to day 2 of this project. So, after all of the work yesterday, our tally is 1 completed boot, 2 very sore hands, and 1 boot that still needs to be completed. Do not try to speedrun an embroidery project. You will regret it. Anyways, the next step is for me to take this little cardboard thingy, template, that's the word, template, and I'm going to go ahead and get the location of the flowers on this boot as close as I can to the flowers on this boot. Angus came back, so I had to put his little blanket back up here so he could nap in the sunlight, bless him. But this is all ready to go. I've got the flowers marked out, and the only thing left to do is continue stitching. He set up shop here some hours ago and has just been laying here being so incredibly cute. Look at that big yawn. Yes, Angus, we love you.